Seoul, Lundy, Fastnet, Irish Sea, shallow. Southwesterly, veering westerly, 6 to gale 8, decreasing 4. Rain at times, moderate or poor, becoming good. Rockall, westerly, veering northwesterly, 7 to severe gale 9, decreasing 5.
Across the board then, what have you learned from your experiences?
What have I learnt from my experiences? That's a difficult question, really. I've learnt that it's not my fault. That's probably the biggest one. But I still have to take responsibility for it. I have to fight for myself. I have to stop surviving what I'm going through and start really choosing to get better, which is a really difficult thing. I think for a long time, what I was going through, it was such a big deal. It kind of became such a big part of who I was, and it's hard to separate myself from what I was going through, and the sailing was helpful for that. But really understanding that it's something that I was going through and something that I could get better from, and that if I fought for it, I can get better, and I can, well, yeah, I guess it's something that I just can get better from, because I think for a long time I didn't think I would, and sometimes I would be suicidal, but sometimes even when I wasn't, I was self-harming. I was struggling with every day just to get through the day, all the time, everything. People that found, that other people that I saw that seemed to just be having fun, going out with their friends, all sorts of things, that I would look at other people and be like, that's not fair. How do they just cope when I can't? And I think seeing it as something that I can get better from, because for a long time I didn't think I would make it to 16. I didn't think I would make it to 18. I just couldn't see myself surviving this because it was so difficult. And I think seeing that there is a bit of hope, and you don't have to be 100% better, and I'm not in any way completely recovered, but that it can get better, and that every day can be a little bit better. And just kind of, can you survive for 5 minutes? Can you sit there and just cope for 5 minutes? Go and take a cold shower. Go and do whatever you need to cope for those 5 minutes. And then another 5 minutes. And just keep going as long as you possibly can. Stop, take a minute, distract yourself, do whatever you need to. Survive. Get through it, and then fight to be better. I was in a position where I hid what I was going through for a really long time. Even when there was support there, I hid it. I think reach out for support earlier, and even if you don't get it straight away, keep reaching out, keep fighting, keep asking. Even if it's 3 o'clock in the morning and everybody's asleep and you feel like you're being a pain in the ass, go and wake that person up and go, hey, I just need somebody to sit with me right now because I don't feel very safe. I need this. And the thing is, you do need it, and seeing it as a need, and kind of treating it as the emergency that it is, and asking for the support that you need, and then accepting that support when it does come. And that's a really difficult thing to do, but kind of learning that you're responsible for your mental health, not in a it's your fault way, but in a, if I want this to improve, I have to do something about it, and you have to give it your all, and then you have to give it a little bit more.
Fantastic that you've got the support, and that you began to trust it. Tell us, where did the idea to come from to sail around the UK?
Well, I've loved sailing. It's kind of been my passion. It's been how I identified myself. It's where I made my friends. And I used to spend all my time reading about it. I'd look at TV shows, I'd be reading books. I think what really inspired me was Ellen MacArthur's book, Sailing Around the World. And And it's amazing, just seeing what she could do out there, and seeing that, for me it was a dream for a really long time. Since I was probably 14, 15, it's something that I thought, I'd love to do that. But it's also something that's kind of achievable. It's within reach, within my skill set. I have pushed myself in that direction for a long time, and I don't know, I think it's possible. I think I can. So I'm just going to give it a go, and we'll follow me along and see what happens. I might crash, I might get shipwrecked, might get pirated, who knows what's going to happen. But I'm going to give it a go.
Why not? Why not?
Why not? Why not?
Can you describe what about sailing attracted you to it, and how you fell in love with it, and whether that feels the same now as it did then, or has it changed as you've grown older?
Yeah, I think when I first started sailing, it gave me such independence. I was out on a little boat all on my own. It gave me control of my own little world in a way. And I think, as silly as it sounds, I felt really safe on the water. I felt such fear around people that when I was out there, I felt safe and I could control things. And that's what I loved to start with. And then I loved that I started making friends, that it was something that I was good at and that I got good at. And I wasn't great when I first went out there, but I just kind of gave it a go. And I don't know what it was that attracted me to it, but I kind of found my passion. And I think that's kind of the key thing, finding something that you love and just following it, whatever that may be for you. But for me, that thing was sailing and just being on the water, the kind of freedom of it. And I think as I've grown up, I've kind of made it my whole life. I've gotten a job as a sailing instructor. I've been doing that since I was about 15, 16, and I've been working there. I used to travel 2 hours on the bus to get down to the centre, and then I'd work there for the day, and then I'd travel 2 hours back because I didn't have a car. So I did what I had to get out there and to do it, and to spend as much time as I could doing it. And then, yeah, it's just kind of grown from there. I think now that my mental health is better, I don't need it in the same way that I did. Before, my mum said there was one time when I was maybe 14, when I said to her, look, this is the only thing for me that's worth living for at the moment. It was the one thing that gave me happiness that wasn't dependent on other people a little bit. But it's just fighting for whatever joy you have and holding on to it, really.